Hi, I'm Craig Curry, and if you've ever wanted to rehearse or perform with high-quality tracks, but felt unsure about the technology, this video is for you. Today I'll explain a type of audio file called multitracks, or stem files, and I'll show you how to play them back, whether you're using an iPhone, iPad, or Android device. Whether you're practicing at home or playing in church, these files can be a game changer for you. Let's start with the basics. What is a multitrack? Multitracks offer many advantages over regular backing tracks and are great for instrumentalists, vocalists, small bands, or combos. Not only are they a lot of fun to use, they can help you out in many different ways. A multitrack provides you with separate audio files for each recorded part, such as piano, bass, and drums. Multitracks usually include a handy click track with a steady metronome beat, plus a vocal guide cue track, where you'll hear spoken cues before each new section of the song. These individual tracks are called stems. Multitracks let you control each stem or individually recorded part for a song. That means you can personalize your mix, adjusting the volume levels for any part, or muting them entirely. You can even adjust the tempo up or down, or change the key. Some helpful ways to use multitracks include your own personal practice at home. Mute your part on the track and enjoy playing along with the full band. With the multitracks I offer, it's like having a professional jazz combo right there with you, but you set the individual volume levels and pick the tempo that works for you. Church music directors can provide their band members with the multitracks for their own personal practice. A band member could isolate just their part to zero in on it, or mute their part and practice playing along with the band with the helpful click and verbal guide cues. In group rehearsals, you can customize the playback to fill in the gaps for anyone missing, or slow down the tempo to work out a tricky section. In emergencies, like when a band member is sick on a Sunday, you can fill in the missing part by adding it to the playback. Solo instrumentalists or vocalists can use multitracks as accompaniments for their performances and adjust the key up or down to find the best fit for their voice. Multitracks require special apps to take advantage of all these features. If you have an iPhone or iPad, the Prime app from Loop Community is a simple and free tool that plays back multitracks. As of now, Prime is only available on Mac and iOS. If you use an Android device, you'll want to look for an alternative app on the Google Play Store, like Multitrack Player. Let's look at how to get started with the Prime app. Okay, so the first step is to download the app to your iPhone or iPad. So first we need to go to the App Store. So you'll find the App Store icon or search for it and open. And then we'll need to do a search for Prime. We need Prime App Loop Community. And you'll see the app come up there, the Prime Multitrack app. And you want to tap download or get and wait for it to install. And then once it's installed, you can tap the icon to open it. And next we need to talk about how to get our tracks into Prime. So first we need to go to Loop Community. .com, and we'll need to set up a free account, so we'll want to do join free. And then we will log in. Six-digit code and continue. So here we are on the Loop community site, and Now that we've created our free account, we need to go to the cloud section. We're going to upload the Wade in the Water track. So we will tap on the cloud icon with the upload arrow, and we will use personal use. We're not trying to sell it. And now we need to upload the zip file, and so we can tap on the click here. What we're looking for is here, this file called Wade _in_the_water, and tap on that. The 112 in the title refers to the tempo, and the DM refers to the key. And it says feel free to continue while the file is being uploaded. So we'll continue, see what happens. It wants us to give a little information, so we'll give it some information. It's Wade in the Water. Craig Curry's performing. Beats per minute is 112. It's a 4/4 time signature. The key, they only have major, so we will do F. And right now we're not going to worry about any custom art. We'll continue. And so Prime App is trying to match the files, the various tracks, the individual audio files, the drums, the bass, piano, the vocal guide cues, and the click. And it's going to automatically split those out for us. And that looks right. So we'll just click continue. All right. And now all we have to do is submit the track. Okay. So we can view and manage our uploads here on the Loop Community website or through the Prime OS app. Let's go back over to the Prime app. And now we're in the Prime app, and you see it's kind of a blank canvas here. So first we need to create a set list. They'll say no active set list. So we need to create one. We'll call this Wade in the Water. And the service date is just a reference, but it doesn't have to be any particular date. So let's add a song. And you see in here we've got Wade in the Water, and we're going to add that. We'll click on it in the original and add to set list. Okay, so now you can see we have Wade in the Water, our tracks with each individual part that we can adjust. If we just were to play, it would play back with the click and the cues and the bass, the drums, and the piano kind of all at full volume. M stands for mute and S stands for solo. So if we were to tap on the S, only the piano would play. If we tap M, the piano gets muted entirely. But for now, let's just go ahead and start the track and see how we're doing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, everything seems to be playing back. Now, the Prime app itself has its own click that will play back at the tempo that we've set, which is 112, but we don't need to worry about that. Our click is also included on the track. So for example, say we want to practice the piano part, we can mute, press the M, and we'll mute the piano part. And now the track will play back with the click and the cues and the bass and the drums. So let's see how that goes. 2, 3, 4. So another option is to just solo. Say we just want to hear only the piano track. So we're going to hit S, and now only the piano track will play back. Now let's say we don't want to hear the click, so we'll mute the click. We don't want to hear the cues, and we don't want to hear the piano. So we're just going to play it back with the bass and drums. Now we can also adjust the volume levels. So for example, if you want to play along, but you want to hear a little bit of piano, you could lower the volume. Or vice versa, you could adjust the level of the drums, up or down, or of the bass, or the cues. So another option, let's go ahead and mute the click and the cues, is to say you want to practice at a slower tempo. So where it says 112, we'll just tap a slower tempo for a little bit. And it's picked up a tempo of 101. We'll knock it up to 102. And now these will play back at 102. Let's bring that back up. Now, one reason we don't want to use the default click that comes is that at the end of the file, there's a retard on Wade in the Water, and Prime app won't recognize that at this point. So we've already got that set up. So let's just hear that with our playback with the retard built in, and it lets you know to kind of help people align the timing. One thing I want to point out for vocalists is that you can adjust the key, even though, I mean, technically the song is in D minor, but we're going to go with the relative major, which is F. So if you want to change the key, you've got options. Probably wouldn't want to go too far in either direction, but let's bump it up a step to G, which is E minor. And you'll hear now that the track will play back in a higher key. And put that back to where it was. The other thing to point out is that, of course, the click and the cues aren't meant to be heard by anyone other than you, the performer, or the band members. So the audio tracks in red are going to be panned to the left side. So if you're wearing headphones, you'll hear those in your left ear. And the bass and drums and the piano will be played back in stereo. Now, it might be possible that you actually have a rhythm section there, and you want to play along with just the click and the cues. And you can do that and not have any music, which would give you something like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll unmute those. We'll talk about this in future videos, but the Prime app is going to split your audio into left and right sides. And there's a cable that you'll need to plug into your church sound system. But if you're just practicing at home, headphones will work great, or AirPods, whatever you have, or a Bluetooth speaker. And the iPhone version is similar. Of course, it's going to be a smaller screen, but all the same information is there. So let's call it there. If this all feels like a lot, that's okay. I found it intimidating at first too. But once you've downloaded and installed the Prime app and set up your free account at Loop Community, you'll be well on your way. And if you need more help, Loop Community also has training videos on using their Prime app. But I wanted to show you how to get started using a multitrack that we offer. In a future video, I'll show you how to get the sound out of your iPhone or iPad into your church's sound system. But for now, if you want to give it a try, head over to craigcurrymusic.com and look for our new Wade in the Water Multitrack in the Spirituals section. I hope this video encourages you to wade in the water, pun intended, of multitracks and open up new possibilities for your music making, whether at home or in church. I think you'll find it's worth the effort of learning some new technology. Thanks for watching.